My dear people of God, today I come to tell us about the importance of the Holy Mass, the importance of going to Holy Mass. Holy Mass is actually holy because Jesus Himself introduces us into this holy ritual called the Holy Mass. If you go to the book of Luke, chapter 22, verses 19, and also First Corinthians, chapter 11, verses 24, where Jesus told us to do this in remembrance of Him. That is actually one of His last wishes after His resurrection from the dead, where he dined with His disciples together and gave us this ritual to be doing to remember His resurrection from the dead. So when you go to the Holy Mass, go with an intention. Do not go as if you are going to see your friends or going to see some. Go that you are going to see Jesus. The priest himself there is acting in the person of Jesus, in persona Christi. He's acting in person of Jesus. So go with an intention. Do not go there and begin to think about your life, about your word. Be focused when you go to the Holy Mass. Jesus is there present with you. There are angels and enormous angels. I'm telling you what I have seen, what I have observed. There are enormous angels surrounding the inside the church when the mass is going on. Let me tell you this: when you go to mass, every element in the mass is very important. There are four elements for you to watch out in the mass. Like the mass begins actually, we have four elements in the mass. It begins with the singing, with the procession of the praise. That's the first element. The choir will begin to sing. The priest will proceed to the altar with the mass servant, with the deacon, and everybody go to the altar. And the priest will introduce the mass, blesses us, and that concludes the first element. The second element is the reading of the word. We call it the liturgy of the word, where the readers, the first reader will come and read the first reading, the second reader will come and read the second reading, then the deacon or the priest or the let me say or the bishop too will take the gospel reading and read the gospel reading. This is this that concludes plus the that concludes the second element. Then the third element is the Eucharistic blessings, where the priest will bless the bread and wine. That is actually the peak of this celebration, the dining. That's what Jesus did with His disciples. That's the peak of this holy mass, where you got to focus, where you got to keep quiet and look at the priest, what he does. He's saying what Jesus said. The priest is not saying what is coming in his brain. He is reading actually to you what Jesus did to His disciples, repeating the words of Jesus. That makes it holy. The angels are their presence. At that time, if you're focused and lay intention to Jesus, at that time, your request will be granted. I have seen so many pastors, like the one they call Billy Ham. Um, Two pastors I've seen, they are not Catholics, but they're saying that the miracles that are happening during the Eucharistic blessing is enormous in the Catholic Church. But most Catholics do not know that. So when the priest is blessing the bread and wine, that's the peak of our celebration. You got to be focused and they try to receive the Holy Communion. Try to be in the state of grace. We Catholics, we know actually, before we receive the Holy Communion, that we got to be in the state of grace. State of grace means you got to go to confession ahead of time, be ready spiritually, mentally, emotionally to receive Jesus, so that Jesus will stay in you and you in Him too. You become one with Jesus. Then, if you are not in a state of grace, then go to confession. Go meet a priest. confess and be in a state of grace and come and receive Jesus. If you are not a Catholic, you don't join the line going to the receive the Holy Communion until you do what we normally do. There are rituals you have to go. You have to be baptized in the church. You have to be catechized. You have to go to some elements that you need to go before you be ready to receive Jesus into your life in the presence of bread and wine. So the last element is the conclusion of them. Do not go home before the mass. Stay until the priest or the bishop blesses you and asks you to go forth. That's actually what he came for, to go forth and evangelize what you have heard. Have a nice day. This video, share it all over, please. I want everybody to catch this video and be a member of the Catholic Church, and um, you know what to do when you are in the Catholic Church. And thank you for listening, and share the video all over so that other people can benefit too.